So they were
Hold
never
on
to
to hope
support
because
me
it's
again.
dangerous to lose
I
hope.
became homeless.
Simi, where are you from?
Hold on to hope because it's dangerous to lose hope.
Simi, where are you from?
Nigerian.
What was it like when you came to Canada?
When I came to Canada, I was going to school in Hamilton, so it was...
Okay, and so how did you end up on the streets?
It's a long story, but it's mostly because I invested in business. I invested in a business idea that failed. I was in it.
My bro, what's your name?
My name is Peter, sir.
Peter?
Yes, sir.
Okay, where are you from?
From Nigeria.
When did you come to Canada, bro?
2023 December.
And what was your experience when you came?
I came in as a student. I was doing good, but all of a sudden, my dad, who was my sponsor, fell sick. He got stroke. So they were unable to support me again. I became homeless. And
So you're homeless right now?
yes, sir.
How old are you?
Just 25 years old.
25 years old.
Do not come here on your own without having someone that will guide you.
What do you need the most right now?
Shelter will help me the most.
Are you in the shelters right now?
No,
Warming shelters?
no one shelter.
They're open.
I don't know anyone around here.
Okay, after this I'm gonna tell you.
When I was my future, I was able to finish with school.
You did?
I did finish.
Oh, okay.
When I want my future to go back to school, just be successful and get out of this. It's not easy.
What if your family sees this video?
If they see this video, especially my mom, she will be surprised.
You're here alone. Of course you're gonna struggle, bro. You know what I mean?
No.
Don't think that they will hate you. Do you know? That's your family, bro. They'll love you no matter what, you know?
You've seen this video, right? Let us ask ourselves some questions about this guy and this lady. How did they get there? How did they get to where they are? That is the primary situation. What happened? We all know the situation, right? Becoming homeless in Canada or in any Western world part, in any Western society, it's not a joke. You see the way I am dressed. This is called cold environment, cold system. Now imagine living outside without any form of shelter to protect yourself from the amount of untold harsh weather. It's better imagine. If you are not in the shoe, or if you have never been in the shoe, you cannot relate. Anyway, straight to the point. As Africans, we are not so lucky with the kind of right leadership who would advance our interests for humanity in the process of governance. It's not a debatable topic. Africa has over the years been bedeviled, with all kinds of ruining leadership. But I don't intend to go political, It's that guy and that girl, they represent thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of people who are in that shoe, who are homeless or who do not know what next to do with their lives. They are abroad. They cannot go home, or they thought that they don't want to go home, and then going home is never in their option. The point I'm making is, at the end of the day, the situation of these guys, what do you think is their way out? I have gone through comments, I have seen people's reactions. Some have chipped in, oh, have you got family? Like the interviewer was asking the guy. The guy said, yes, he's got a mother, he's got a father, the father lost the job, blah, blah, blah. So what if they see this video? The guy said they will be disappointed. Well, because over the years, the way it is seen in Africa, the moment you go abroad, you must come back a success. So nobody dares to tell any story. Nobody's interested in any story. Come back with measures of success. You see, and this explains to why the moment you're abroad, almost anyone and everyone that you know or that you have a connection with back home would have an expectation, either said or unsaid, written or unwritten. They will have some expectation of you. How best do you think they will get out of the situation? You see, when some of us sound this way, we are not in any way discouraging people that are interested in going abroad. No. We just know, or we are just bringing across the reality, the true reality, the true picture of living in an unknown land and the likeliest chances of becoming homeless, of falling into drug addiction, falling into prostitution, falling into all kinds of crime. In which case, you might end up being picked up by the system, being thrown into jail, and the so-called future you thought you have promised to yourself or promised to your family or promised to your kids, that so-called future will be better imagined than you can ever think of. There have been many situations and many scenarios and many cases. If you look around you very well, you might know one or two uncles or aunties that have long been gone, 30 years, 40 years. Many of them could not dream of coming back home anymore because they did not get their bearing rightly. At the verge of getting their bearing, some of them are already too old, and some, give up the ghosts. The only reason I'm making this appeal to you guys, the guy and the lady, is just about your lives. That's all that matters. I pray nothing bad happens to you. God forbid, if anything bad happens to you in the course of this homelessness, the same Nigerians or Africans that are telling you, no, stay there now. Why should you go home? Do you have anything for him to do at home? The same people will come back and start blaming you and start blaming your parents. Start telling you, he should have come back home now. What is he still doing there? Since he had become homeless, why should he be there? Is it that bad? They will still start even blames on you. Okay, what matters most is your life. Nothing must happen to it. And unfortunately, because you are going through this situation of homelessness, helplessness, does not mean government will come to your aid with papers. No way. They will not. You see, one thing is very peculiar and common in many of these Western world. They live by the rule of the book. They will not, because of your current status of homelessness or helplessness, dash you citizenship or resident status. No, they won't. You will fight for it. And the fact that you have lost your common ground of studentship, now you are not able to keep up with your supposed immigration routes. You will need to fight through it, and you might be in that trouble for only God knows how long. 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 2 years, nobody can say. You might be in that battle for a very long time to come. What then does that mean? While you are there battling, education is no longer attained. Jobs, like I said earlier, is there a job that you are not doing? Did you get that job that you did not do? The jobs have been very difficult, generally and regularly. Daddy Freeze made a video about it, comparing Canada and one other country the other day. Go and watch that video. Listen to people's realistic experiences, not people in Nigeria or people in Africa who don't know what you are going through. Don't listen to them. There are very many in that comment section. There are some who live abroad as well, but who live in self-deceit, self-denial. You should know this truth when you see it yourself. You see, then people will tell you, oh, no, it's better here. They are justifying the reason they left. Maybe they probably sold their house or they resigned their heavy jobs, and they don't want to regret. They want to justify. They are happy that Nigeria is not moving forward, or there are problems in the socio-political economy of the system back home. So to justify their reason for living. I don't have any problem wherever you live. I don't know you. I don't have anything to lose in whatever decision you choose or go by. But your life matters the most. Right now, you don't have a life. While you are in this battle, struggling, you don't even know where your next meal will come from. You don't even know where to lay your head. You don't even know where to take a nap. Hey, while you are in that battle, all of your mates you left in that so-called unideal country, they are moving forward. Some of them are already in school. Some of them will graduate. They will have proper educational qualification. That same Canada you are suffering, they will still come there. 5 years, 3 years, whatever. They will still come there and look for job. The primary reason people travel is just to have job. Is just to have jobs. Economic reasons. But over the years, we seem to have lost that focus, that the main reason people travel abroad nowadays, I'm not talking about those that have gone in the past, in the 50s, 40s, 60s, who only came mainly for study. One of the main reasons people now migrate from Nigeria or any part of Africa to the Western world is for economic reasons. If there are jobs back home, majority will not even come here. Majority will not be in Canada. Majority will not be in Europe. Majority will not be in the US. Why should you be there to begin with? Majority will not be there. So don't let's digress into why and why not. They won't come. So it's only you have come or you have traveled mainly for economic reasons. So if that economic reasons are now being threatened, that economy, you don't have it. Job, you don't have it. I was listening to a woman recently living in Canada reacting to Daddy Free's comments on Instagram about, life in Canada. And she was saying how easy it was to get certain low jobs those days and how hard it is to get jobs even in McDonald's and some other low ranking jobs. So if these jobs were there, the people that are telling you settle down, get a job, did you get a job and you refuse to do? Did any of you get jobs and refuse to do? I don't think so. So stop building your hope in empty castle. Stop building your hope in unseen hopes. You go back home. My direct advice, go back home. Rebuild yourself. Re-strategize. Go back to the board. At least for the meantime, eat well, dress. You don't look like a bad guy to me. And I don't want you to turn a bad guy, a drug addict, a drug peddler, or, anything of criminality in the course of sleeping outside. And this is where homelessness will lead you. Both you and the lady or the girl. So be careful. Be careful. There's nothing you're chasing. The main reason anybody is abroad is for economic reason. All this, I want to get the citizenship or whatever, they are secondary. Haven't you seen citizens who are homeless? Haven't you seen citizens who were born in the West and in the developed countries who are homeless, who have no money, even when they are not homeless, who have no money, who are also living from hand to mouth, from paycheck to paycheck? So this thing is not necessarily a certificate to wealth. If you have it, good luck to you, which is fine. Don't have any problem with that. But if you don't have it or you don't have it yet, from 25 years of age that you are now, go back home, rebuild yourself, re-strategize and relaunch out. Either to another part of the world or to same Canada or wherever, or in the same Nigeria, you can still make it big. Some of the people you left back home, don't think all of them are suffering though. No. You will be shocked where you will see them in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, 6, 7, 10 years from now. And if care is not taken, you might still be struggling. There have been instances about that. People living from hand to mouth, struggling to meet up. The immigration problem, it doesn't live overnight. Because you are homeless does not mean anybody will now overlook your immigration problem and just dash you papers. That will be there for a very long time. You don't need all that stress at this your young age. Anyway, humble advice. Sign out.